Okay, so now we're doing 11.8. This is Math 108. 11.8 has to do with homework number 15. And we need to show you something called correlation analysis, or possibly regression analysis, and we need to be talking about something called a scatter plot. So let me put up some sort of title up here. First pencil. Then let's get to the title. The title will be correlation. I'll call it correlation analysis in this particular for this particular problem. Here we go. No. Now I think we're ready. Correlation analysis. There's also regression, but I'm not worried about that now. Correlation analysis. Okay, so the let's put down some data. So we're going to be talking about the beds that a hospital has, or some medical facility, whatever, and the personnel that are employed there. How many personnel are employed? There should be an S here and an R, personnel. Okay. All right, so let's put down 10 numbers. One hospital had 28 beds and 72 employees. Next one, this is the sort of raw data being gathered, and it's not even in order, but that's okay. The next hospital that the surveyed was 56 beds, 195 personnel. 34 beds was hospital number 3 with 74 personnel. 42 beds, call them nursing homes, call them whatever conveniently works for you. 211 personnel. 45, 145 personnel. 78 to 139. 84 beds, 184. 36 beds, 131 people working there. 74 beds, 233. And finally, the 10th number, or 10th hospital, 95 beds, 366. Okay, so logic dictates that the more beds you have, the more patients there are, the more personnel there should be, right? It would be a bigger hospital, bigger this. But we want to see, basically, sort of scientifically, whether that bears out. So the way that works is to draw a scatter plot. Okay, so let me give it, it doesn't have a little, it's supposed to just keep going. There was not supposed to move up over there. Okay, so this, I'm going to put its name over here in the lower corner. A scatter, that's an A, plot. Okay, that just means we plot the points. It's not going to be a big deal. So I got to be careful here. Some of these are big numbers. So we're going to go in increments of 10 here. This will go from 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 to 70. Right over here underneath is going to be, this is the x-axis will be beds. So you can see that the highest one I think is 95, so I don't have to go past 100. 80, 90, and let's conveniently use this spot for 100. That way it won't be a blemish on the graph. Okay, now what about upwards? upwards, it's going to have to go all the way up to basically around 400. So we're going to go in 50s. We're going to go up in 50s. And I'm going to have to start a little smaller here. I need the room 50 to 100. Right, where did I get my, why did I say 400? Because 366. So let's go up to 400. This is going to be 150, 200, 250, 300. You can do this yourselves a lot better than I am, or look in the book and get examples with nice drawings. 350, 400. Okay, now I got to get this done. Let's go one, just let me do each one. I don't have to do them in ascending order. Let's just start at the beginning. 28, so it's 28 beds is around here, and there's 72, so it's around here. You just have to bear with me. It's just going to be an approximation. It's not going to be a great drawing. Okay, what about if there's 56 beds, right? So the beds are going to be my x-axis, and the personnel are my y-axis. So the beds 56 is around here, and I got to go up to 195. I guess it's around here. 30. If we're talking 34, 34 is around here, and 74 is around, yeah, pretty much around here. 42 is around here, but 211 pops up over here. 211, let's say, is around here. Okay. 45 is just a little further down the line, and it's 145, so it's about here. Okay, again, I want to go back there and make it a little darker. Okay, I don't want it too light. So that was what, 145. Now 78 is next. 78 and 139. So 78 is over here, and we go up to 139. Something like this. 84 is 184. 36 is 131. 36 is 131, so it's around here. 74 is 233. 74 up 233. And 95 is 366, so it's way up there. Okay. So, as bad as this drawing is, but it looks like there's it's going up a little bit in a linear fashion, like a line. Not too well, but sort of. It's pretty much going up left to right. It's somewhat similar to a line. That means there is probably a relationship between these two, and it makes sense that there should be that the more beds there are, the more personnel you need to take care of the people. So it's going up. There's exceptions, and it's not perfect, but it's going up like that, so it's pretty much showing that there's some sort of correlation. Okay, so now, here's the thing. When you're trying to analyze these scatter plots, what we need is as follows. Hold on a second. I need to move this up. No, this up. Okay. So if you've got a scatter plot, we're finished with showing our example, and it sort of looks like a line, and it makes sense that there should be a correlation between the two. But here's what happens when you draw scatter plots. Here's the type of things that can happen. You can have a bunch of dots and they're looking like a line, similar to ours, but this is even better. You can have something like that. That's going upwards from left to right. If it's going downwards from left to right, but also still looks like a line, that means it's correlation. Just because if it's going up as a line or going down as a line, but it sort of looks like a line, that's a correlation. It doesn't matter if it's down or up. But if even if something looks like something we're familiar with, like a parabola, that it's nice it's a parabola, but it's not a line, and therefore there's pretty much close to zero correlation. There's zero correlation between the two. That tells us that there's not much there as far as correlation is concerned. And if they're just all create a blob, all these points, then also basically zero correlation. So these two are pretty much zero correlation, and these two, when it's close to a line, there is a correlation. All right, that's what we have so far in this video. That ends this video. It's 11.8 stuff, etc.